in December, we discovered a 4-year-old girl all by herself on the southern border. She was abandoned by a smuggler. So essentially, the smuggler crossed into the U.S., dropped this 4-year-old girl all by herself. I mean, she could have died. Thank God that Texas State Troopers discovered her. And the little girl had nothing but a note on her, and the note said Mama Patty, and it had a phone number. So I remember grabbing the note. I'm like, this is interesting. So I called the number, and it was a South Carolina number. And the mother picks up, and I said, hey, like, I just found your daughter, literally on the southern border. We're in Texas. Like, she could have died all by herself. And I'm like, where are you? And I'm thinking the mother is in Honduras, even though I was calling the South Carolina number. The mother goes like, no, that's my daughter, and actually I'm already in the U.S. And I'm like, wait a minute, so you sent her all by herself? And she basically told us a story of how she paid smugglers in Honduras to take her daughter from Honduras into Mexico, placing her in the hands of multiple smugglers on this journey. The smuggler would then send her photos. So I asked the mom, can you send me those photos? I would like to look at them. And by looking at the photos, I could actually see other kids in the background. So what was interesting is this smuggler actually was moving a group of children and held in multiple stash houses. We do not know if those kids were being fed properly. They might have been sexually assaulted. Obviously, the children are very young. They're like 2, 3, 4 years old, so they can't communicate if they were assaulted. And it was fascinating just to really see it in real time, to get the photos. And even the mother told me this, which is shocking. She says, for the past week, the smuggler stopped taking my calls. So I thought that the cartel essentially kidnapped my daughter for good. And I mean, who knows what they would have done with her. She says, I didn't even know my daughter was alive until you called me. The reporter called me and told me that her daughter was alive. And at the end of the day, she put her own daughter in that situation. So she basically was like crying, thanking me, saying, if it wasn't for you, I would have had no idea that my daughter was alive, and that essentially she made it to U.S. soil.